Hey, good morning. It's Dr. AJ. It's so good to be with you. And today I've got actually somebody who's taken the social media world by storm, Mackenzie Brooke. Mackenzie, thanks for being with us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to get adjusted.
So, well, listen, with all that you've been putting out in terms of the dance world and your amazing TikTok videos that you and Reef put out together, so impressed. But I think I want to start with what I'm most impressed with is just you as a person. You know, we got to hang out a little bit last night, you know, here for the Super Bowl, and you're just such a down-to-earth person. Let me ask you this. You know, how do you stay so grounded in the midst of, you know, all you're doing and all the notoriety you're getting?
Well, I would say for sure, like my mom has like always been there since day one, and I've had friends that kind of have fame and moving to California has gotten to them. So my mom always made sure to like keep us grounded, and she was definitely one to like always, if we ever like the slightest like get a little like a big head or something like that, she'll always be the one to knock us down first and be like, stop it. So.
Oh, man. Well, I think, you know, ultimately, I think, first of all, kudos to your mom
Yes.
for doing that. But even more so for you for just, you know, holding tight to that line. I think it makes you even a more beautiful person on the inside when you're like that. So, you know, you've had a lot of different experience in terms of, you know, media, entertainment. One of the big projects that I know you're working on is the Attaway General
Yes.
show, and you've got a pretty big role in that as Sasha on that, right?
Yes.
So any ideas of what we have to look for in the next season yet, or no?
Well, I will say that there are little ups and downs in the second season, but for third season, oh, I can't really say this because it hasn't come out yet. So, Sheldon will still be a thing. That's all I can say, really.
I want to ask you, when it came to putting together, you know, the dance moves that you do in TikTok, are those your own choreography?
So I do a combination of both me and my brother's choreography and then other trends that go on TikTok, because when I first started TikTok, the ultimate way to like really grow is do the trends but make it your own. So that's kind of what me and my brother did, and now we do our own choreography, but we still like stay to the trends, so like we can still grow our following and then still stay in like the teen area. Well, we are teens, but yeah.
Gotcha. But you're far from an overnight sensation. I mean, you've been in, you know, learning dance, you know, taking dance classes, things like that from basically out of the womb, right?
Yeah, so I started dancing when I was about 6 or 7. Then I had a medical problem happen to me, so I stopped for 2 years. But I got back into it like a couple years ago, somewhere around that. I got back in a couple years ago, and I've just kind of been like working and working. Around the time I got back in, no, I would say I got into social media 2 years ago. So it's definitely been like a whole different world from like the dance industry, but like being a dancer helped me because that's kind of how I like grew my following. But I actually started with like comedic videos. I didn't start doing dancing videos until like I hit like 300,000 followers, and then I did dancing videos.
So maybe a collab with Kevin Hart down the road somewhere?
That would be very cool. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a huge fan of him. My whole family is. I've watched mostly all of his movies he's been in. I
All
love
right.
him so much.
Putting it out to you, Kevin. Keep an eye on Mackenzie. So obviously with dancing, there's always physical stress.
Yes.
Are there any specific areas where you find that, you know, you get aches and pains, or, you know, you say, man, I need to take a step back because this is something that's hurting me?
Well, definitely my back, for sure. And then here and there, like my legs, and honestly, just my whole body. That's the easiest way to put it. But like, my back is all the time because I have scoliosis.
Gotcha. Well, I've got a couple ideas for you in terms of how we can go about working on strengthening your body. You know, I've never been one to really believe that you can adjust away a scoliosis, but I really thinkスspeaking, by targeting the weaker muscles in your body, you can strengthen that to make the scoliosis less of a factor in terms of being a stimulator of pain. Mm-hmm. So we'll work on that today. Let's go ahead and get to it. I want you to lay on your back. I'm going to check you out, get you adjusted here today. And I always love your style with the two different color Chuck Taylors here. So I'm noticing here as I'm rotating your hips, this left hip doesn't rotate quite as much as your right hip. And I think you said you do get occasionally some knee clicking or popping in this left leg, right? So let's take a look here.
If I do yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I want you to lay on your side, this side up for me. I'm noticing just some misalignment. Yep, correct.
Okay.
In your tailbone or sacral area. So we're going to make an adjustment in your sacroiliac joint here first. Good. All right, lay face the other way. That already went.
I know.
There we go. Good. Laying it back for me. So now you're traveling back and forth a lot too. So I'd imagine sleeping in different beds, you know,
Yes.
all the airplane travel, that probably gets to you a little bit from now and then too. Come all the way up to me. Take a nice deep breath. Let's go all the way back. Let your breath out all the way.
Oh my God. You heard that.
You needed that one. I heard it for sure. One more time, a little bit higher up. Let's go all the way back with your head, and let your breath out. Good, smaller there. And I think you said at time to time you get some migraine headaches as well, right?
Yes.
Is that usually stress related? Do you get any visual changes with that, or?
I think it's based on like sleep and then obviously stress. I do get stressed at times.
I will say I was amazed because I asked you yesterday. I said, you know, do you ever kind of get overwhelmed? And you said you really haven't too much, though. At least not burnt out with all this,
No.
right?
But my mom does make time for us to like, she knows we're still kids and that stuff. And she definitely does make time for us to like have fun and like with our family and friends. Ooh.
Yeah, okay. There we go. Lift your hands one more time. So when I'm lifting these hands, basically what I'm just checking is balance, seeing how the shoulders and the muscles in your neck and shoulders balance. So that looks way, way better there. Good. All right, let's sit you up. So one of the things I think would benefit you in terms of activities and exercises with the scoliosis, there's a tool, it's called a Bosu ball. It's basically half of a ball with a flat top. Great thing for you to do exercise. You could do squats on it. You could do one leg stands, two leg stands. Just even if you wanted to lift weights with it, you could lift on the ball. But the Bosu ball, the great thing about that is it helps with balance, and it's always going to target the weak areas. So if you have scoliosis, which is a curvature of the spine, Bosu ball is a great tool to use. So how do you feel?
I feel really good.
Good.
I feel very relaxed.
Nice. Well, hopefully now we'll see even better performance on your next video.
Yes, definitely for sure now that I've been to Dr. AJ.
All right, great. Thanks.